Hello guys, welcome once more to another episode of 10 Plus with architect Apeh Harrison. My name is Goodness Ajinama and I'm your privileged host today. We have a very interesting discuss today, especially seeing that we have an established goal-setting expert with us, Mr. Elisha Mamman. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So before we go further, the focus, like I said, is interesting, is my goals don't work. Why? Before we go into the discuss, please like, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification so you can receive our updates. Welcome once more.
Thank you very much.
To start with, what are goals? And must a person have goals to be successful?
Yes. Enlightened Gill defines success as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal. So it means success equals goals. So if you remove goals, there's no success. And anytime I teach, I remind people that it is goals that make success personal because they come from you. It's not about anybody else. And then a goal is anything whatsoever, anything that you set, anything. For somebody it's a car, for another person is a child, for another person is a house, for another person is a political ambition. So it's anything. It could be a thing, it could be a person, it could be a vacation. So a goal is anything you desire that you set to achieve, accomplish, or attain within a specific period of time.
Wow.
That's what a goal is.
Wow, really? So if a goal is anything,
Yes, sir.
actually, and then you must set a goal to be successful,
Yes, sir.
then is there such a thing as too many goals? Because people could have a lot of desires, aspirations, and a lot of plannings. So is there such a thing as too many goals?
There's nothing like that because human desire is unlimited. So if by nature our desires are unlimited, it simply means the things we want are endless. So you can't say there are too many, but I think it is wise if we learn to prioritize. That's the issue there. And I teach that write everything you want. It could be 30, it could be 50. When you finish writing them, then prioritize them. Which is most important? Which is least important? Which is relevant to your position currently? Which goal will excite you now? Which goal, if you have, will change everything for you? And then once you do that, then you can go ahead and say, okay, this is my major goal. A major goal is that one goal that when you hit it, it can solve many other goals.
Wow.
For example, if you want to have a house this year, have a car this year, go for vacation this year, one goal that can solve all this problem is to set a goal to hit 100 million in a year.
Oh, yes, yes.
So if you hit 100 million, you can buy a car, you can build a house, and you can go for vacation. So you see, that major goal of hitting 100 million becomes that target. It becomes that indicator by which you measure both progress and monitor activities.
Wow. So that means it's possible to meet every goal.
Very possible.
Wow.
Very, very, very possible.
Wow. So from your experience with people, especially training, tutoring, coaching, what are the likelihoods of meeting such goals?
I think for me, I have drawn it down to 3 points.
Okay.
Now you write 10 goals. Goal setting is actually a simple process. It is identifying what you want, designing what you ought to do. You know what you want.
Yes.
You design what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and do what you have to do. Because sometimes what you need to do is not what you have to do.
Oh.
So, but you have to know what you have to do. Now, the 3 steps I've set over time that has helped me is number 1, purpose. Why? A wise man said, if you know why, the how becomes easy. And another man said, if you forget why you start in the beginning, everything becomes difficult. But if along the line, eventuality is coming, and you remember your why, you will still go. And that's purpose. The second meaning of purpose is intentionality. Intentionality means you take an action from the perspective of your goal. Secondly is priority. not every action has the same effect. True or false?
True.
Not every action. You said goal now, don't you?
Yes.
And so when you look at purpose, then you go to priority. The next one is productivity. Productivity is the ability to use what you have to create what you want. And that's where the game changer is. Why? Because the results are in the actions. But not every action will deliver equal results. So for an action to deliver result, for it has to be informed action. It has to be intelligent, calculated, and it has to be intentional. And if you follow that three process, you find yourself hitting 70, 80, 90, 100% of your goals at all times.
Wow. So I really think this is why people do not really meet their goals. And we have a stock of people who complain that their goals never work.
Yeah.
So do you think this is just what they're missing, or there's something else they're missing? Because sometimes you hear them say they've tried everything, they know about purpose, and then it still doesn't work. So how about those stock of people who say their goals never work? What would you say to them?
Well, one of the reasons is that anything that does not work simply means somebody is not working.
Wow.
That's one. Yes, because everything that must work must be worked on. So to put work, when you say my goals don't work, first thing, check your work.
Okay.
What are you doing? Now, second reason is that I remember in 10 Summit last year, I spoke on goals. And the first thing I said there is that some people's goals don't happen because it was never their goal.
Yes, sir. I was there, yes.
It was never their goal. Why? They follow trend. The things they want is actually not what they want. It's what was around them. It was what was available. It's a trend they are following. And when that trend changes, what happens to you? You change what you want. And if you keep changing what you want, it will never work.
Wow. Wow.
Secondly, some people are lazy. Yes, it requires a lot of effort to accomplish anything. And so I believe some people goals don't work because one is not their goal, two, they didn't set it. Let's give an analogy. If I want to throw stone at something, what must I do first? I have to set that thing so that I can measure the effectiveness of my throw.
Yes.
Now, if there is nothing to throw at and you keep throwing, what will you hit? Nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
So there are a lot of people throwing stones at virtually nothing. They don't have goals, or they know what they want, they didn't set it. To set means to position it mentally and physically so that your actions can be directed.
Yes. Yes.
And it's simply like that. It's simply as basic as that.
Wow.
Simply as basic as that.
Wow. Thank you so much. So we're getting so much value. We'll go on a short break and then we'd like you to stay tuned. Thank you. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Please don't forget once more to like, comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have not turned on the notification, ensure you do that. Thank you, sir. Welcome once more.
Thank you.
You said something earlier about purpose and intentionality. I like that you emphasized that point. I believe some of the viewers need to hear that. They need to hear that because goal setting is from what I'm experiencing right now, is a lot more than just desiring and wishing. So please, can you just go over that?
Okay, now I explained purpose in two sides. The first one is why, the second one is intention.
Intention, yes.
Now, every time you hear purpose, it's about why a particular thing exists. And so the first question is, why do I need this goal in the first place? If it's a car, why do you need a car? If it's a house, why do you need a house? If it's a vacation, why do you need a vacation? Your why will tell you. Your why may come from a place of pain, from behind, or from a place of pleasure, from what you have seen ahead. So what that means is that once you are running towards your goal, because of your why, there will be more fuel. Why is like the fuel you have in your car. If you have a car, no matter how sophisticated it is, until there's fuel, it's going nowhere.
Yes.
And that's what happens to many people. There's no fuel in their tank. Why? Their why is so weak. I have a why I want to be rich. And that why keeps me awake. even after I have made money. Because rich is different for many people. My goal was rich. I now found out that rich in dollars is different from rich in naira. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So it simply means that I'm rich in naira, I can still be broke in dollars.
Dollar.
And so that's about the purpose. The second one is intentionality. It simply means you don't take any action without asking yourself, how does it bring me closer to my goal? Okay. So the goal gives back to the action, not the action giving back to the goal.
Yes.
That's about purpose.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Precious
much.
man.
As an established goal setting expert, people usually say that they've set their goals for the year, and then we're getting to the beginning of a year, and then they want to just have new resolutions and all of that, what they want to achieve and all of that. And many times it looks like people, the idea of goal setting is, okay, let me just write them down in my diary and let's work towards them.
Yeah.
Is there anything different from writing them down and proper goal setting? Is there anything different?
Yes, there's a difference. The reason is goal setting involves writing down your goal, but writing your own goal does not mean goal setting.
Okay. Wow. So one gives birth to another.
Anybody can write what you want. And they said resolution lasts 15 days. But for you to hit any goal, you must have a resolve. Now you see, resolve and resolution sound the same. They are actually the same. But a resolve is an outright and firm determination that this thing you want is this thing you pursue. Now, secondly, I think you should consider the fact that you set the goal. You know what you want. Writing is a compulsory component in goal setting. I'll tell you why. Writing is the first time you take your goal from your mind outside. Now, goal setting is about transformation. Now, transformation means the changing of form. Caterpillar, larva, pupa, butterfly. Yes. Is it not so?
Yes, sir.
It's just changing of form. Do you know the caterpillar is the butterfly?
Yes.
Do you know the butterfly is the caterpillar? Yes. But you see, the butterfly is the developed and the improved caterpillar. The caterpillar is the underdeveloped and unimproved version of the butterfly.
Yes.
They are the same thing. But when you add improvement to caterpillar, it becomes butterfly.
Wow.
So this change of form, the first step is that you know what you want. Writing is the first step of changing the form of your goal. Okay. I call it the first act of faith towards your goal. Oh. It shows you believe. But that's not what goal setting. Goal setting is an encompassing activity that involves identifying what you want, designing a plan to reach what you want, and taking intelligent and intentional action to achieving it. So you see, goal setting is a lot of work. It's not just writing the goals down.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a little bit difference, but they're together.
Yes, sir. So if writing helps that metamorphosis, like you said, that transformation, which goal setting is meant to achieve,
yes, sir.
And then writing is fundamental, of course, but not essentially all that goal setting encompasses.
Yeah.
Do you believe that some people can achieve a goal they've not written down?
Very possible.
Okay.
Because you can mentally write.
Oh.
Yeah. Some people's minds are very strong. Yeah. Like mine.
Yeah.
So when you write on paper, you're actually writing your thoughts.
Yes. Yes.
So you're already thinking it.
Yeah.
So it's written in your mind.
Yes.
Why do we ask you to write it outside? You are reinforcing a belief.
Yeah.
And why do I tell people write your goals every time? Repetition is how the subconscious is fed, whether by image or by words. That's why there's a lot of talk about vision boarding and the rest.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole idea of the vision board.
Yes.
And so writing is a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. And then it reminds you that there's something you want to achieve. Mm-hmm. So I usually encourage everybody to write down their goals. Yeah. Right? I have a diary. Yeah. And I take it around with me just to remind myself, oh, okay, I need this. I've not gotten this. Okay. So, but writing is a very powerful tool.
Wow.
Yeah, it changes the form of the goal from thoughts to words.
Yes. Yes. Sorry to cut you. You talked about vision board.
Yes.
Do they really help in, because many people do not really have vision boards. Do they really help? Like, especially when you've written down your goals already. What difference does it make?
The language of the subconscious is image and words.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have to see.
Now you need pictures.
Okay.
When I was in secondary school, precisely in 1990, I carried a picture of a magazine furniture in my back pocket for 16 years. I created that furniture in 2016 when I got a job and I moved into my new house. I removed it from my wallet. I have sellotaped it again and again. It was just a furniture that I saw in a magazine as a child, and I loved the furniture. It ended up being in my sitting room after 16 years.
Wow.
Now, I have looked at that chair again and again to a point where I don't want anything else.
Oh, the chair.
But that chair. And after I delivered that chair, currently I don't use that kind of chair anymore. I've outgrown it.
Wow.
But what am I trying to say? You see, a vision board is a representation of the ideal. The ideal means the exact thing you want.
Yeah.
So you create a board, you put pictures. Sam Adeyemi told us a story I love so much. He said he wrote a 1 million naira check and pinned it on the wall. It took years.
Wow.
Then the 1 million came. He changed it to 10 million.
Yeah, upgrade, yes. Yeah.
Now, and that's the most fantastic thing about vision. Vision by nature is progressive.
Yes.
Joseph saw shifts. He slept again. He saw sun and stars.
Yes.
Progress.
Wow.
Progress. So vision board is just representing, and you can do it anyhow. If, for example, Apeh is the image of the guy I want, I can cut his picture and put. Anytime I see it, it reminds me of what I want. If it's a house, if it's a car, if it's anything, I have a vision board. And they just remind me of what I really want part time. And it's very powerful. Why? Because it inspires you.
Yes.
It reminds you.
Yes.
And it motivates you.
Yes. So it inspires you, it reminds you,
And it
motivates you. Wow. Thank you so much. Lastly, I'd really like to ask, how do you tackle eventualities? Another word for it is contingency. Yes. When they occur, because we know that we do not always are able to perfectly contemplate the outcomes of what we want to achieve. So when there's an eventuality, like something bad happens, something terrible happens, which is powerful enough to disrupt your goal, how do we make room for those, and how do we survive them? How do we succeed?
All right, can I answer that question using a story?
Okay, go ahead. Beautiful.
Awesome. Do you know Oscar Pistorius, the crippled athlete from South Africa that was sentenced to prison for killing his wife? Now, his legs were cut off at age 11 months.
Wow.
Now, a man who has a dream to run in the Olympics and loses his leg, does he have to change the dream? Before now, you want to give up. But there's what they call Paralympics.
Yes.
Olympics.
Yes.
For disabled people.
Yes.
Simple.
Hi.
So, the second one is, a woman wants a child.
Okay.
She takes in, nurtures it. Miscarriage or stillbirth. The child is off. Does she stop taking in again? Now the question is this. She didn't plan to lose her child, but she has lost her child.
Yes.
What do you think she should do? She should give up having a child? No. And this is what I usually tell people. If your goal is truly a desire, you won't change it. But the plan, the path to reaching a goal can be reviewed, updated, and adopted for the next part. Because there are many ways to a particular place. So if, for example, I'm going to Wuse 2, and I take a particular part and there's a trailer there, is that the only way to go to riches? No, I can come and take another way.
Yes.
The question is, because you anticipated it, you will know, you will already have pre-informed idea of what to do when it comes.
When it comes, yes.
And so what I tell people is that the goal is fixed, but the plan is flexible.
Okay. So this is where option A and B comes, with plans.
I don't know what option A and B means, but I'll say okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Any
Pleasure's
final
mine.
words you have for us, especially for our viewers, really?
I think, like I always say, that goals are possible.
Okay, yeah, possibility.
They are possible. Every goal is possible. And the part I love so much is that goals personalize success. So if you want your success to be personal, original, and you set goals,
Okay.
and it will help you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you
pleasure's
so
mine.
much.
The pleasure's
Once
mine.
again, ensure that you let us know what you think about this session in the comment box and subscribe. Till we come your way next. Thank you.